Okay, Bills Mafia, big news. Well, I wouldn't call it big news, but I would say it's interesting news. So the Bills have decided to re-sign Gabe Davis. Big play Gabe, big game Gabe. Again, he really busted out on the scene back in 2021, 13-second debacle where he had those four touchdown catches for over 200 yards receiving. Again, that's when he really broke his name out on the main stage. Unfortunately, he never really ever developed after that. He kind of, we had high hopes for him uh, to develop into a number two receiver, had limitations on his skill set. Basically, in the 4 seasons with the Bills, he had 163 catches for 2,730 yards with 27 touchdowns. That gave him a 16.7 yards per catch average overall for his 5 year career. 183 catches, 2,969 yards, 16.2 yards per catch, and 29 touchdowns over his 5 seasons in the NFL. His best season was in 2022. That's when he stepped into that number two role after his breakout performance in the 2021 divisional playoff game against Kansas City. He had 48 catches for 836 yards, 7 touchdowns for an obscene 17.4 yards per catch. But again, really never developed into that solid number two receiver that we needed him. So when he walked and went to Jacksonville for that big 3 year deal he signed, wasn't surprising. But again, us as Bills fans kind of knew what he was about. So it wasn't surprising to see the Bills let him walk when he got that big free agent deal. And now Jacksonville found out exactly why Buffalo let him walk. He was injured last season, did have some issues, but again, not the receiver that they thought they were going to get, and basically just easier to get rid of and cut him. Still recovering from a torn meniscus that ended the season last year. Working on that, so he will start out on the Bills practice squad. Curious what Brandon Beane and McDermott are thinking about this. I like him. It says a lot about the culture that Gabe decided to come join the Bills instead. I know he had several visits with the Steelers, but says a lot about the Bills culture that he decided to come back to the Bills and resign for us and go on the practice squad. But I don't really know where he fits in the offense. Basically, I like the receiving core we have. He's got deep speed, but he's not a great separator. So if he gets behind you, you're good. Not a great separator on routes. That was his biggest problem in Buffalo. Is we tried to start doing them on slants and things like that, and he just couldn't get the separation because he's not an explosive receiver. He's a big physical receiver. So again, touchdown catches 20, almost 29 over 5 seasons, so 6 a game or 6 per season, which is not bad. But again, it's not elite; it's nothing special. So again, kind of curious how it goes, what they decide, and how they're going to use them. I see him being on the practice squad for a while. I really don't see how he supplants any of the existing receivers. I think Tyrell Shavers has earned his right. Keon Coleman, we're expecting a big season from him. Joshua Palmer was a big, our big free agent signing. Shakir dominates the slot. I mean, I don't think we can ask for a better slot receiver. And then you got Samuel and you got Moore, who kind of, interchangeable a little bit. Moore's younger. They basically underproduced both of their careers. Samuel's probably had the better overall career so far. And then, like I said, Shavers 6'4". I think he's 200 pounds, a little over 200 pounds. Davis 6'4", 200 pounds. You know what I'm saying? So again, curious to see how he fits, where he fits, who sits, who doesn't fit, where it goes, how it goes. With this team. Again, he knows Josh. He knows the offense. He is capable of making big catches in clutch moments. I mean, we've seen him do that. But I think the thing that disappoints us about Gabe is for every big catch he makes, there's those easy catches that he drops. And that's really where he struggled when he stepped into that number two role was you got to make the easy catches. You can't just make your name off a 4th and 15 and you catch it, a toe tap for a 17-yard gain on, because 2 plays earlier, if you caught the 2nd and 10 pass, we would have had a first down then and not been in a 4th and 15 situation. So really, really like Gabe. Think he's a good guy, but again, to me, this is a depth signing for if Shavers has issues or something like that. But I really don't see him being more than a 4 or 5 wide receiver on that team. But to be honest, that's his best role is a 4 or 5, maybe a 3. You know what I'm saying? Put Keon. Be honest. Love to see a set where they have Keon, Palmer, Davis, and Shakir on the field. And see how that goes. You know what I mean? I think that could be really exciting. But yeah. So, anyways, Bills Mafia. Again, this just broke today. Wanted to get it out there, see what you guys think. So throw some comments out there. Tell me how you feel about big Game Gabe coming back into the fold, and what you expect from him, if anything at all, or is this just a depth signing that maybe pays off for a game or two on the road? Because I really don't know how he fits into special teams either on this situation. So again, just want to get it out there, throw it out there real quick, do a reaction to it, and like I said, Bills Mafia, react to it. Let me know what you think, and yeah. So until the next time, go Bills.